Welcome to the Channeling Spirit Virtual Summit, a platform where we have invited Spirit to share messages, healings, and transmissions with all of us. May this energetic experience help us to expand our awareness and to deepen the relationship we have with our higher self, our spiritual team, and with Source, however we define them. Thank you for being here and for taking part in this amazing journey. Hello and welcome back to the Channeling Spirit Virtual Summit Season 6. We are in Episode 5 with Brian Wilaby. And so for those of you that have joined us in the past, this is the second time that Ryan has come in to play with us. So it's an honor to have you back with us, Ryan. And as always, let's get you started by speaking a little bit about yourself, and then we'll just take it from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me. So happy to be back. Totally love what you do, Daniel. You are just so selfless in what you do for your community and just for consciousness at large. So thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be here with you and just all of your community as well. Myself, I'm Ryan Wilaby. Let's see. What would I like to call myself today in this moment, right? I work in consciousness and in human potential. And I like to explore the moment of consciousness and the expansion of it, and the human potential of the truth of who we are and what we are here creating at new levels of expanded consciousness and the new energies that are here and available for us now. The new energies of the new earth, heaven on earth, the new potentials and possibilities that are available to us now. I work with people on an individual basis. I am a spiritual mentor. I have one-to-one sessions and groups and all of that we can discuss later. But that's kind of me in a nutshell. Unless you want to know more, please ask.
And so just as a reminder to anybody that's listening live, and of course I'll mention this again later, but this is an open conversation. So feel free to put questions, raise your hand, interact with us however you would like to play. And so I do want to make sure that we do some channeling with you, because last time we had a wonderful conversation and then people were like, when is the channeling going to happen? And so I want to make sure that we do consciously bring that into the conversation sooner rather than later. However, I love kind of chatting with you and exploring our collective conversation about who we are and where we're going. A lot of the subjects and topics this season seem to be around the term of love, being love, recognizing what love is, living from a place of love. I would love to get your thoughts on what all of this means.
Yeah, I love that, because the last episode, I guess I'll call it, that you did with Megan and Olivier, there was so much into that like my higher self was just wanting to jump in and to share. And I'm like, you're coming up in the next session, so just save it for there. Have something to talk about. Because we were talking about pure love, and we were talking about the present moment, and how it can become so cliche of the power of now and being in the now and being in the present moment and pure love. And then the conversation moved into pure love. It was probably 3 months ago now. Time is hard to track. But I was in a meditation, or what I go into trances, and I start to receive downloads. And I had a download come in, and it just kept repeating. There's only just the moment. It's only just a moment. It's only just a moment. It's only just a moment. And I sat with that for a minute, and I'm like, all of this. So we speak of that we are creator within our own creation. Our own creation is all of the physical that we have come in to incarnate into, to experience, and then to create within our creation. And so I was sitting with that, and all of this is in just a flash of a moment of imagination. It's all just a moment. And there is never not the moment, even though that moment just passed. And of course, the next one is coming, but they are just this, the moment. How do you experience and or even express the moment? The only way you are in the moment is when you feel for pure love. That is when you know you are experiencing and or expressing the moment. If it's anything outside of love, then you are no longer in the moment. You're either in the future or you are in the past.
So playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
If I am experiencing anger in the moment and my body is feeling anger and I am taking breaths to connect with my present experience, and my present experience continues to be anger, is that not love? And how is that not love?
Well, is it the present moment? Are you in the present moment? Are you in the present moment? Because what you think, what you feel is coming from what you are thinking. So you can just go back and just ask yourself, what am I thinking? And is the thinking then generated from this present moment and dropping down into the heart to feel love? Or is it thinking something either from the past or of the future that is bringing you a thought that creates a meaning that drives an emotion called anger? Everything is love. All there is love. That isn't a vibration of what we recognize as love is to remind us what love is through an experience of what love is not. Everything is a derivative of love. And it's a matter of vibration and frequency of where you take yourself, of whether you are in the vibration and frequency of love, or if you're in a denser, lower vibration of frequency that is absent of love, so that you can then have an experience that expansion of consciousness through that of what you are not.
And so I'm going to kind of share my little 2 cents on this, because the reason that I brought up that question is because I could hear in my head, but I'm present and I'm feeling this. And you're saying that if I'm present, all I can experience is love. And so again, what we're talking about here is the invitation and the opportunity for us to have a different experience of our emotional reactions, and to take a moment and to connect with the present moment. And more often than not, our emotional reaction shifts because our perspective of that emotional reaction is different when we are present in the moment. And that begins to point you in a direction towards the love that Ryan is speaking of. And even if we don't feel it fully because we're engaged and we're experiencing our human reaction to something, a beautiful human reaction to something, that's okay too. It's just an invitation for you to start to recognize the subtleties. Again, we're talking about the subtleties and things, is to start to recognize the subtlety and emotional shift as your perspective and your awareness of where are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to a story that you are listening to, which is based on some model that you created when you were a child or that you created 5 minutes ago? Are you focusing on a story that you're creating of some moment in the future, of what you want to have, what you don't have, what you might have? Or are you outside of any story that's related to some past or future, and you're living in the present moment? And it's tricky at times. And what we'll find is the more that we learn to listen for and to understand what love means for us, we will naturally find ourselves exploring that in the present moment, which is what I think Ryan is alluding to or speaking of directly. And I'm, again, playing devil's advocate. I don't disagree with him, but I'm playing devil's advocate on purpose to get more of a discussion around, well, what about when that isn't the obvious situation? Because we are all human. We're beautiful humans living a human experience where we are going to get caught up in our emotional ideas and circumstances and situations. We're going to forget innocently that the world outside of us isn't happening to us, because it's designed to look like it's happening to us. Again, this is my language. Spirit might not agree with that language, but
I can hear spirit. We can fight for our limitation all we want. We can go into our stories of how we are human and we are limited. And that's the experience that is here for us. And we can fight for that limitation. And there's nothing wrong with that, like you said. Like there's no judgment on that. It's just, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? And that's what the emotions are for. Signs on a signpost. To, do you want to feel this way, or do you want to feel a different way? Do you want to continue to go in this direction, or do you want to feel a different way? And I guess the present moment now is, you're no longer relying on the emotions for the signs on your signposts, but you are tapping into the higher self that is divinely orchestrating and creating the next perfect step, if you will, with the council language, if you will, and that you will know when to turn left. You will know when to turn right. There will be no figuring anything out. It is being tapped into the pure divine love that you are at all times, being in the moment. Now, if you're not, you're not. And if you choose you want to stay out of the moment, no one cares, not even God. For you are God, and you are free to create in any vibration, frequency, and realm you choose. The only judgment comes from the critical thinking mind. And that's the only thing that can take you out of present moment. The irony in that.
And so I want to highlight something that you talked about, which is our emotions are a signpost to inform us, and I'm going to use different language, to inform us and let us know whether or not we are aligned with the truth of who we are or we are not. I've also heard it say that our emotions are a guidance system that informs us when we are aligned with the energy of life and when we are resisting the energy of life. And we don't feel good when we are not aligned. Things don't feel good when we are resisting or when we're fighting against or when we are in a place of allowing ourselves to be disconnected from, and we can never be disconnected from. So again, language is important. When we feel separated from the truth of who we are. And so what Ryan is inviting us to play with is allowing ourselves to be in the present moment and to feel into this aspect of love, of being love, of that space that exists within us that is always there and is just hidden by the stories that we tell ourselves or the justifications that we make for wanting to keep ideas of limitation alive, which we all do at different levels and at different times and in different ways. And, so.
And we are moving away from that, though. It's available to us to be impeccable. Impeccable meaning to not do harm to oneself, to go into an old story. It's available to us. And the only reason I say that is we're evolving into knowing we are God in physical form, walking this earth as ascended masters. And if we keep telling the other story, then you will not move into the new earth 24/7. And it's available. If you're on the journey of transformation and realization, you can still use the language that I am God, I am a master. You can still tell the story of what you are becoming rather than what your current circumstances, events, or reality presents to you. That's from old energy. And the story, what if there is no story to pull forward from your current existing reality experiences and situations? That you do not use that as evidence of your current energy or reality. Part of what I'm going to be offering is a course I'm doing on 6-dimensional living. And 6th dimension is the dimension of imagination, which is a truer reality than it is the last dimension of working with form, of a dimension of form that's not in physicality, but it's instantaneous of what you're able to access in the current energy that you are. We have a gestation period within the 3rd and 4th dimensional reality. And we're looking at stuff that's been created, that's been through a gestation period that was created from an older energy. And we're trying to hold that and take that as the truth of the energy in which we are now existing in. And so it's just an opportunity to not have that be the proof of the reality and the level of consciousness that you're at. You can choose to be in your power and to know you are God and a master as you are experiencing different things through reality, seeing them as the potential and the possibilities that they are to create new creation. I think as humanity, and there's everyone at different levels in their expansion and in their evolution and their consciousness and where they find themselves, that we want to kind of meet them where they're at and let them know, like, if you're finding yourself in moments where you're not in your power, you're giving your power away, that it's okay and you don't judge yourself. Like, that's the energy that I feel, which is pure love and compassion. And I think that's really important, that we don't be in judgment when we don't feel like we are in our power. Or, oh man, yesterday I was really angry and I let all this energy move through me. I must not be a master. I'm not an ascended master. You know, he would never, a ascended master would never act like that or have that kind of energies come through. And then that level of judgment comes in. And that makes sense. But that's what mastery is allowing everything to move through you and then to not judge it. And to, what is being in the moment? Because we talk about pure love and being in the moment. And what is being in the moment? How do you get in the moment without being in the future or being in the past? Because you either are judging yourself from the past or you have anxiety about moving forward. You move down into the heart space and you feel. You feel for the present moment. That space within the heart is the quantum field, is the void. It is the source. It is you. It is love. It's a vibration. It's a frequency that's in the heart space. It's potential. It's possibility. It's in the heart space. This is pure love. And that is experienced by moving into the heart space. And in that, you're in the moment. And from there, you can create anything you want to create by being in the moment and feeling for the frequency of the moment. And the only thing that's in the moment is pure love. That's the frequency. Talk about stillness as the access point to acceleration. The moment is stillness in the heart, bringing the awareness to the center of the chest, the heart. You're still. And you have the potential to create in an accelerated fashion because of the frequency of love that's in this now moment. Moves you out of judgment. From wherever you were, there was never anything to have been different.
want to go back to something you said earlier. I love what you said, and I love the description that you just gave. When you started sharing, you mentioned something that reminded me of the idea that the experience of life that we are having right now is a reflection of, like you say, the old energy that has led up to that point. And our future life is being created by the energy that we are living in right now. And so this aspect of looking at your current circumstances as evidence of where you are is not actually accurate. Looking at your circumstances is evidence of where you were, not where you are. Where you are is creating your future. And I love that invitation. And I love that invitation. And I absolutely feel this power in what Ryan is inviting us to play in, which is to go into that space, what people refer to as the heart space. It's not a space of thought and thinking, it's a space of feeling and being. And so the location of that energy coincides with our chakras. You know, the heart chakra is an emotional center. It's where our beautiful human processes and interacts and engages with and invites energies associated with emotion. And of course, all the chakras play with each other, but you know, the heart center, the chakra center is an emotional energy. It's a being energy. It's not a doing energy. So thank you for sharing that. Really beautiful.
Beautifully recapped.
I felt like I was saying something different.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, no, you said it beautifully.
And okay, so I love having conversations with you. And so we can have a conversation for the entire time. But I'm feeling like it's a good opportunity for us to invite your team to step forward. And now my question is,
My team is here. My team has been here this whole time.
Yeah, of course. Would you like the rest of the session to continue mostly with them, or would you like to have them for, say, the next half an hour, and then we bring you back in, and then you and I can continue having conversations with everybody around?
Yeah.
What feels right for you?
The way I channel is, I don't even know what the differences are that they call. I think it's like a conscious channel. So
Yeah.
it's really done through dialogue. Now I could go and bring in and have a message come through.
But you're not going anywhere, is what you're saying.
Right, right. And yeah, let's have a message come through. Let's
Beautiful.
do that. So I'm just going to invite everyone to, and I already feel like 75% of you are already there, are just sit back, take 3 deep breaths, and connect down into your heart space. Come into the moment. Feel for the vibration and the frequency of that of what you are, which is pure love. Just take 3 deep breaths. We have enjoyed this conversation that has already taken place here. And yes, we have been present and we have been a part of the conversation. What we would most like to share with you is the knowing that you are source. That you are perfect. Exactly as you are and where you are from a vibration and frequency and state and level of consciousness. That everything is perfect. That there is a divine design from the micro to the macro. And that you are important. That you do have a purpose. And when we say impeccable or perfect, it is not with an expectation of your level of consciousness or vibration or frequency, or even how you use or execute free will. You, as source, as the one creator, you are only the one. When you return back to source, when you go back to the source of the light, it is the moment. It is the infinite now. That is the perfection. That is the love that you are. You wanted to experience all that you are. So you created your playgrounds of dimensions. And it allowed you to fractalize yourself. To move through your creations of playground. To express and experience through that of what you are and through that of what you are not. It's all perfect. You have had, if you are here and listening to this message, you have had your journey through separation, through lack, through fear. You've gone on the journey to experience and express and expand your consciousness through that of what you are not. And from your God soul perspective, it's been fun. It has been blissful. But there's a new part of the game that you are entering, one that you've never been in before. And this is you while staying in physical form. With all of the cellular makeup and memory of your journey, of a reality that seemed so real, that you were separate from God. That you take all of that while staying in physical form, and you remember the truth of who you are. That you are a fractal light of God. You are God. You are the creator that made the reality for you to come and play and create within, and that it's all you. And that you are love. And that it was a game. That it's fun. There's nothing serious going on here. You are transcending an old belief that you are separate. This is the journey into becoming what you already are. This is the journey into becoming that of what you already are. Now, your brain can try and figure that out. Or you can drop into your heart and feel for the truth of it and know that there's nothing to figure out. You now allow yourself to be in this moment. You allow yourself to be in this moment by allowing yourself to let go of control, to let go of figuring out, to let go, to release, to relax, to fall into your heart space and feel the vibration of the truth of who you are, which is pure love, pure innocence. Innocence, where you do no harm. We're not talking about others. Where you do no harm to yourself by thinking. You allow that of what you already created that of what you already are, to move to you and through you. When you are in the moment, when you are in your heart, you are in your power. Feel for your power. Do you feel the space expanding within your chest? Moving through every part of your body, filling every cell of your body from the tip of your toe to the top of your head, expanding outside of your body because you are the force field of life that is beyond the body. You are power. You are powerful. Here's the thing though. Some of you are fearful of your power. There is nothing to be afraid of, for you are loved and you are innocent. You are innocent, dear master. You are innocent.
Maybe you can speak to us a little bit about power, because a lot of people have an association of power as power over something or power over someone.
You are power. You are love. Unwavering, unconditional love. Love is power. You feel, you fear power because you're thinking from your third dimensional belief systems that power means having power over others, the ability to make things happen, to push and shove energy, to manipulate. The power that is the truth of you, that is love, is your presence, is your knowing that you are loved, is to know the frequency of pure love. Your power to know that you are always provided for, cared for, guided. Because you are all things, and all things are you. How could you not be power if all things are you, and you are all things? Your vibration and frequency and your level of consciousness and your state of knowing of the truth of who you are will determine your relationship with the power that you are. You will come to know that power allows things to be choiceless. No thinking. You follow the energy. You follow the light. You follow your joy. You follow your bliss. Life force. You are a force field of consciousness. A force field of consciousness. Light, love, unwavering, unconditional, pure love. That is power. And it need not control anyone, anything, any event, or any situation. Because you know that everything is perfect. Non-judgment. Non-judgment. Can you allow creation to be without judging it? Can you see it, its perfection, no matter the vibration or the frequency or the density of the creation itself by another master who is still living in the disguise of being separate from itself? Can you see the reverence and the honor? Can you allow the creation of low, dense frequency to be in its perfection and observance without entangling in it? Which means non-judgment. Do not judge it. This is freedom. Freedom. Freedom is what you are. Bring your awareness to your heart center. And now think of freedom. What does freedom feel like? What does freedom feel like? Take a moment. It's expansive. It's expansion. It's power. is love. Now take this feeling and vibration of freedom and have it move throughout your entire body, having every cell of your body move to the vibration and frequency of freedom. This is the truth of who you are. Take a deep breath. And we are happy to open it up to any questions, any comments, any places you would like to go deeper.
So for those that are listening live, feel free to put any questions you might have in the chat or raise your hand and I can bring you into the conversation. In the meantime, I would love to have you expand on this idea of fighting for our limitations. I feel like many of us, myself included, as we are expanding into the truth of who we are, and I'm going to use loaded language on purpose, are struggling with letting these go. And the battle that extends between the truth of knowing who we are and yet the experience that we can't seem to let go of.
Yeah. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun? It's a game. Your higher self, your soul, the God that you are, the observer, when you are not embodied and not allowing the realization of the truth of who you are, you become the observer and you watch. It's the higher self with compassion and joy and fun and entertainment of the creation, one of your greatest creations, which is your human, that is fearful because of conditioning, imprinting. It's fun. It's the journey. You will look back with great honor, great reverence for the path that you blazed through. Why are we answering your question from this angle? Because we want you to take you out of the human perspective and to observe and to love your human, to have compassion and to not judge because you designed it to be this way. They're forgetting that you are God. You are unlimited. You are eternal. You are infinite. You have infinite abundance, resources. You are infinite. You are power. You are source. You are everything. Sometimes it's fun to limit yourself when you are infinitely powerful. You know what that is because that is what you are. So what is it like to experience that of what I am not? So let me create an experience and a place where I can go and forget that I am infinite, powerful, abundant, free. And then let me go on a journey to remembering that I am infinite, eternal, powerful, and love. That moment of realization is the best thing ever. It's okay. It's your game. You are a sovereign, energetic being with your own signature vibration. And you get to create the experience you want to have as the fractal light of God, as that sovereign, powerful being that moved yourself into so much density that you forgot that you are God. And if that sovereign being wants to continue its journey in limitation, it's perfect. It's perfect. No one's asking you to not. No one, take this as you will, cares if you stay in limitation, if you fight for separation, if you deny love for yourself, the truth of who you are. It's okay. But here's the deal. You are a creator. You are a sovereign, energetic being that has a destiny. It's all here for you. And there's a part of you deep down that knows this. And so you are journeying through that experience. You are playing in the multiple dimensions that are available here for you now. There will come a time where it will just become choiceless. But until then, don't resist it. Don't judge it.
This is an opportunity to have you expand on the idea that everything is perfect exactly as it is. For those of us that, again, question, but I'm not where I want to be, my circumstances aren't what they ideally can be, I'm not ... So hearing that this is perfect is a struggle, because how can this be perfect?
We understand your question. You are the creator. Within your own creation. I think within your own creation sometimes gets overlooked. The importance of that statement. You created the void. You created the light that creates shadow. You created space that would hold a universe. That would hold multiple dimensions, multiple universes this space will hold. You designed it with law. That work perfectly. It's your creation as a playground, as an experience, as a vacation, as a Disneyland, carnival, a festival, parade. It has laws. The law of gestation, the law of attraction. And it works perfectly because you created it that way. And the way that it works is that it's always bringing you back to the truth of who you are. So whatever event you're moving through, whatever experience you're having, and the meaning you're giving it determines your experience and determines how the laws of your universe works for you. And it's perfect. So you have some choices. The vibration and frequency that you are going to move yourself into to then be able to perceive your situation and then determine the meaning you're going to give it is the vibration and frequency that you will emit that will determine your next creation that you are drawing to you. And that is perfect. Everything is happening for you. And what do we mean when we say that? The laws are always corresponding for you. When you are aware, when you are in expanded levels of consciousness, when you are perceiving from a higher, grander perspective, from that of your higher self, literally where you are able to view down onto your own human and the experience that your avatar is moving through and its belief systems and thoughts that it is creating from a vibration and frequency that it is now drawing to it more of its same experience it doesn't necessarily desire. You have compassion for your human. That is the unconditional, wavering love. But this is when you can become embodied. Your human is also evolving to the point where it now knows that it is the vessel for God. And it now knows the grand experience and ride that it is going to go on, or that it is on, when it completely lets go and allows and surrenders to call in every aspect of the soul, of source, of light, to fully embody it in every cell of the body, to walk the earth as an ascended master that you are. It's all perfect. You are creator within your own creation, and it works perfectly. And from your highest, grandest perspective, everything is always in perfection. It's an orchestra. Some low notes and some high notes. And there is no judgment in your creation, in your beliefs, or in any of the meaning that you give anything. One is of the truth, and the other is not. And they're all part of the perfect creation for the playground to express and expand your individualized sovereign being. It's all perfect. Does that help?
It does. Beautiful description. And it opens up the question or the invitation for you to expand on this idea of a divine plan,
Mm-hmm.
that everything is happening exactly as it should. And again, there's an argument that this concept can be used as a dismissal of our experience. Oh yeah, there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger plan, and I'm just a part of it, almost dismissively. But I would love to have you speak more of that, since you've brought it up a couple of times today, of this orchestra and the different notes that are being played to create the tune that we are living through.
Divine plan. You are creator. So what does that mean exactly? Because I think you also hear us say that it's all done. It's all been created. You are just drawing it to you based upon your vibration and or frequency. Manifesting versus creating versus destiny versus your divine plan. Your highest, grandest potential of a timeline that has already been created, that is of the soul's desire, is your divine plan. It's the blueprint of the soul. When you allow, when you are no longer figuring out how to, when to, should, want, it's all just a moment. And the moment is always now. And that now moment is the vibration and frequency of love. When you are the vibration and frequency of love, you are in the vibration and frequency of the highest potential of your creation to move into your timeline and to experience it at an accelerated rate. Yes, you still have free will. You will always have free will. But you will recognize desire from the soul's desire, from that of the creations of timelines that are high frequency love, light, the soul's desire of having it move to you and through you as the instrument of expression and experience of complete bliss, joy, peace, harmony, abundance, and well-being is available for you now. That is your divine plan. It's here. It always has been. Didn't mean you did anything wrong, that you didn't access it. Remember, you wanted to be separate from it. To then remember that you are it. And to have the celebration of experiencing it like you've never experienced it before. It's blissful. We understand your comment. And it's just another way to justify the space of limitation. And Again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a level of expression and experience and a perspective based upon the vibration and frequency and the dimension that that being is experiencing and expressing itself from. And so it's going to perceive a divine plan differently. It's going to perceive it from a lower, denser frequency reality. So there'll be some judgment and some resistance and some pushback. And that's perfect. That's an experience and an expression that that master is choosing to have in this moment. And that is still a sacred and divine experience that is expanding the consciousness of God. No right or wrong or good or bad. That's how powerful you are. Your free will. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Beautifully. Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you would like to leave us with before we bring our friend back?
We would like to express our love and gratitude, appreciation that you, as these sovereign beings that chose to come and incarnate into human form at this time, to stay in physical form and then to remember the truth of who you are, and to move through and to release the density of lower dimensional realities and belief systems. From the perspective of this creation as a game, this could be perceived as one of the hardest levels. And so we have compassion and we understand. We truly understand the journey that you're on. But we chose to stay on this side, non-physical, to bring you the highest and grandest perspective, to offer you a vibration and a frequency that expands you into new levels of perceiving. And the new meanings that you will give your experiences from this new level of perception, of remembering the truth of who you are, that you are God, you are source, you are divine, you are perfect, you are pure, you are innocent, you are love. There is nothing you need to do, nothing that needs to be changed, other than you allowing the full potential, the possibilities to move through you, to shine your light unapologetically, to be bright, to be love, to understand, to be innocent love. And the power that that holds in your being. You are here to be you. You, your signature frequency. You are here to be your frequency. And however that moves through your body and your personality moves mountains. That is the fractal light of God that is you, your signature frequency. Your light is perfect. And it's not to heal anyone, to change anyone, to bring them into new levels of consciousness. It's for you to experience all the bliss that you are, all the love that you are, all the abundance that you are. It's for you. Your life is meant to be spectacular. Spectacular. Beyond what you can even envision or imagine. And you allow it, your highest potential, your highest possibility, your human potential here on the new earth and the new energies to create with unlimited, infinite resources. It's here for your bliss. Allow it. You are worthy of having it all. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. You are us, and we are you, and we are love.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Not that you went anywhere, but welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
So if people want to work with you,
Mm.
you mentioned the course, you mentioned that you do private one-on-ones. What's the best way for people to reach you?
Yeah, so they can go to my website, which is ryanwilaby.com. And if you just want to book a session just to chat, that's available there. You can do private one-to-one sessions with me as well. I do have mentoring packages if you want to work with me one-on-one for a longer period of time to really expand into the truth of who you are and to go on a journey. It's just a really beautiful, expansive co-creation that we go on. So that is available as well. And then I also have a private Facebook group, which is free to join, and it's called the Energy Mastery Circle. And I invite you to follow me on Facebook, which is Ryan R. Wilaby. And then to also join in on the Energy Mastery Circle. It's a really powerful group. We're up to about 200 members now and growing. And you'll see all my latest offerings and channels and guided meditations that are in there. And just magical, magical masters to co-create with, and just to feel the energy of love and to be in a space of where you're with like-minded people. It's really beautiful and powerful. And then periodically running master classes, and this month on August 25th, 26th, and 28th, which is a Friday, Saturday, and Monday, I am offering a master class on 6-dimensional living. And this is really using the power of creation, of being in pure love and working with creation, with the imagination, which is the 6th dimension. We're working with form and liquid form that is drawing that into the physical nature of creation within the 5th dimensional new earth reality. So that's super exciting. That's something that just recently came through and was created. So we're going to be putting that out at the end of the month.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And I will do my best to remember to add the Facebook group to the description in the website for those
thank
of you that are interested in connecting to that group as well.
Corinne, you can search Energy Mastery Circle on Facebook and then just ask to join. And I'll be happy to put you through. And then, as Daniel just said, if he's kind enough, you can provide that link.
Yeah, so as soon as the call ends, I in one of the earlier episodes, I tried to add the link while we were talking, and I'm not good at doing two things at once. I'm not one of those people.
I'm not a multitasker either. I'm always like present moment. I'm gonna stay in the present moment, one thing at a time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So thank you again for coming to play. Honor to have you.
Yeah,
and looking forward to our next conversation. Anything you would like to finish the conversation with on your end?
It's such an honor to be here. I always enjoy connecting with you, co-creating with you. Love your community. You guys are amazing. There's always so much love here. And thank you for the invite and, creating this space. You really do come from such a place of unconditional love, Daniel. And I know that your community feels that. And it's such an important thing that you're doing in this space of expanding consciousness and allowing these really high levels of conversations to come in such an intimate space. And so I'm just really appreciative. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. And thank you, everyone that was here and sharing in the energies. This was beautiful. And to all of you on the replay, love you. And please come connect, come play with us. We're really doing some really fun and exciting and expanding things. So I would love to co-create with anyone who feels inspired. So thank you again so much.
And so for those of you that are going to be with us for the last session of today, it's going to be with Kitty Foss, who is our storytelling astrologer. Always fun conversations with her as well. And so again, thank you guys all for being here. Ryan, honored to play with you. And as always, and I will leave you guys for now with being spirit, being human, simply being from love. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for being part of this incredible experience. We hope that this session has inspired a new level of understanding within you, allowing you to expand more easily into the essence of your true self and become an even more powerful alchemist in your own life. We invite you to listen to the session again and again in order to go deeper each time and expand even more. Have it be via the replays or the unlimited access package. If you have enjoyed being part of this event, We invite you to tell your friends so that they can join us in the future. We are grateful that you are here, and we thank you for co-creating this experience with us. Until next time, we leave you with being spirit, being human, and simply being from love.